Okay, importance of electricity. Okay, so before we have our electricity or in the past, so since electricity is absent, of course, we are doing things manually, just like fan the bed in summer, warm the bed in winter, and cook with firewood, and lit up the room with an oil lamp. So that was before when electricity is not present. But nowadays, in the illustration here in the example, so it was a story of in ancient China wherein May and her family have different lifestyle when electricity is already present. So in the first illustration, you can see here that air condition were installed, so they were not manually doing fan to ease the hot temperature. So in the second picture also, uh, they are manipulating such item or appliances using electricity, of course. And then a third picture, so they are using now the electric stove for cooking food. And in the last illustration, you can see that uh, the girl study with a convenient light. Just now, what is electricity and who discovered electricity? Okay, so who discovered electricity? So American polymath Benjamin Franklin is most credited for discovering electricity in 1752. So Benjamin Franklin, so polymath means a person with a well-versed or universal knowledge, kumbaga. So in an experiment, he attached a wire to a kite in a thunderstorm, which showed that lighting consists of electricity. So at dahil dun ay na-discover niya ang electricity. Then, okay. So Benjamin Franklin from 1706 to 1790, he is an American polymath who was active as a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomat, printer, publisher, and political philosopher. So ito siya si Benjamin Franklin. Okay. So si Michael Faraday from 1771 to 1867, he is known as the father of electrical engineering or electricity. So he's an English scientist responsible for the discovery of electromagnetic induction, which is now the use of electricity. So nagmula kay Benjamin Franklin yung discovery, but Michael Faraday was the one who conducted really the study on how to use that electricity to be used in different applications. Okay, so what is electricity? So electricity is all around us, powering technology like our cell phones, computers, lights, soldering irons, and air conditioners. So everything around us. Electricity is briefly defined as the flow of electric charge. So we all know that we have the building blocks of atoms, which consist of the neutron, the proton, and the electron. So electrons are critical to the working of electricity. Okay, so when we say flowing charges, so electron carries negative charge, then proton carries positive charge, and the neutron has no charge or neutral. So the concept or the key concept with charge is that it can come in two types, positive or negative. So dalawa lang talaga yan yung charges, sa positive or negative. Okay. So electrostatic force, it states that charges of the same type repel each other while charges of opposite types are attracted together. So opposite attracts and like repel. So meaning to say, kung magkaiba yung charges, they attract. So positive and negative, they will attract. However, if it is positive, positive, it will repel. Meaning, maghihiwalay sila. Yung mga unlike sign or hindi magkatulad yung charges. Okay, yun yung principle of the electrostatic force. So opposite attract, then like will repel. Okay, what are the sources of electricity? So first is the coal, gas, and oil. So fossil fuel power plants burn coal or oil to create heat, which is in turn used to generate steam to drive turbines which generate electricity. Okay, so lahat yan ay ginagamit, yung coal, ginagamit lang yan siya para mapag-andar yung turbine to generate electricity as well as the gas and oil. Next, we have hydroelectric power. So hydroelectric power, so it is derived from water from the reservoirs or reservoirs flows through turbines to generate electricity. Yung mga naiipon dyan na tubig ay uh, dadaan sa mga turbines din para siya ay umikot at pag umikot na yung turbines, magge-generate siya ng electricity. Next, nuclear power. So nuclear power reactors use the heat produced from splitting atoms to generate steam to drive a turbine. So ito yung mga nuclear power plant natin. So in the Philippines, we have our nuclear power plant in the past, but it is not fully established since it was stopped by the previous administrations. Following Marcos administration, so hindi siya natuloy yung nuclear power plant. Meron sana sa ating bansa ng ganito. Then, next source of electricity is the wind and solar. So sa nakikita niyo na picture, it is as wind energy. So renewables such as wind and solar produce electricity with low amounts of greenhouse gas emissions across their entire life cycle. So ito yung isa sa mga isa sa mga kinikonsider na malinis na pinakukunan ng electricity dahil wala siyang mga gas emissions, just like yung mga power plants, mayroong mga gas emissions. Ito wala kasi magkokolekta lang siya ng for the solar, kokolekta lang siya ng init, at sa wind energy naman ay kokolekta lang siya ng hangin. Okay, next source of electricity is biomass. Okay, instead of burning gas or coal, the plant is fueled by different forms of biomass such as purpose-grown trees, wood chips, domestic waste, or biogas. So instead na ginagamit ay mga gas or coal, so ginagamit dito yung mga patapong mga bagay, disposable na dispose or waste, domestic waste, yung mga dumi ng mga hayop, dumi ng tao, kino-convert nila into gas and they will use it as fuel. Okay, so ganun. That's why it's called biomass. Then we have also the geothermal. So it utilizes geothermal heat steam that powers turbines, mga maiinit na mga steam. Then ito ay present lang siya pag mayroong mga malapit sa vulkan. Okay, so volcanic activity is key for this energy source. So hindi ka pwedeng magtayo ng geothermal kung wala namang malapit na vulkan kasi doon lang may mainit na mga nasa ilalim ng lupa. So doon. Next is, okay, what are the importance of electricity in our daily life? So ano-ano bang mga kalagahan ng kuryente para sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay? So ito sa commercial. So commercial, so the factory employs heavy machinery that is always powered by electricity to manufacture various materials. So basically, so in the commercial establishment, they use really electricity to power up their machineries and their equipments. In engineering, so in building buildings, installing gates and windows and building materials, all require the use of current energy to power the machinery. So just like in commercial setting. And also for entertainment, so the MP3 player, portable batteries, power radio, all rely on electricity to work, whether linked to the mains or power source such as battery. And fuel also, things that used to operate on fossil fuels such as vehicles and motorcycles are now designed to run on electricity. So there are new discoveries that vehicles were already converted into electrically operated engines. So they are no longer using fuels to operate the vehicle. And for healthcare, so during a patient's procedure, doctors require a bright light. So the surgery might be deadly if there is no electricity. So it's very important also. And in households, so electricity powers everything from a toaster to a refrigerator, microwave, washing machine, dishwasher, electrical chimney, and other equipment designed to make daily life easier. So in household setting, electricity is also important just to run the appliances and any other appliances at home. In the office also is required for the lights, air conditioning units, coffee machine, ID card reader, biometric scanners, and everything else. And also for outdoors, the street lights on the road require power to work. Lawn mower, which is used cut grass, is powered by electricity. So these are the things that runs by electricity. So appliances, gadgets, and many more. Okay, so how would you imagine our daily life without electricity?